Hi, River Light Bearer, your friendly neighborhood non binary compassionate catalyst. I have guides. And when I say that, people sometimes look at me like I'm a little off kilter, and that's fine because not everybody knows what guides and channeling are. And then I try to explain guides are beings of higher energetic vibration, and that doesn't really make sense to people either. So it's really hard to explain what guides are um, without using words that then also need to be defined. But basically, guides are beings who are not human. Some of them may have been human at some point, some of them have not. They do not have physical forms, and they have a really broad perspective of the universe. They see time differently from us, and they have access to a lot more wisdom and knowledge than we do. And they work with humans so that we can grow and we can learn and advance, and just to like help us, to lead us through our lives, to try to teach our cats not to run on our desks when we're making videos. uh, Aside from that, um, so I've been talking to my guides since I was a very young child, and of course, the adults around me told me they were imaginary friends. And I would get very indignant and say, they are not imaginary, they're invisible. And that was cute until I was about 6 or 7, and then my adults didn't think it was quite so cute anymore, and I started learning to hide it. Um, because I did not have supportive adults in my life who believed in this kind of thing, which is fine. They I've learned different things from what those adults learned and from what those adults tried to teach me. But basically, guides work with humans on an individual level and as a broad level. Like on Facebook and TikTok, I share daily channeled messages, and that's my guides working on a broad level to help multiple people. But they also work with me on an individual level, and sometimes it's just like having a conversation with a friend. Hey, how you doing today? And they tell bad jokes, and they sometimes get sarcastic with me because they know that I enjoy that. Um, and then sometimes I need help with something, and I say, okay, guys, you understand this stuff better than I do. So help me out. Tell me how to handle this, or help me figure out how to handle it, because they're never actually going to tell me what to do. They're going to help me figure out what to do. But the problem is that I'm human and I'm stubborn. And so sometimes when they give me advice and give me suggestions, I ignore them completely. That doesn't help. Now, I have total free will. All of us have total free will, even if it doesn't seem like we do. And so if my guides say, why don't you do a video about how you don't listen to us? I can say, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. And obviously, with a video topic, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But when it's something more important, like, why don't you try doing this in your business? Or why don't you bring up this topic with your husband because you're holding it in and you need to sort things out? When I ignore that kind of thing, even when I know that my guides are right, it's not the wisest idea for me. And it's okay that I don't listen. Like, they don't get mad at me if I don't take their advice, because I don't think they're capable of getting mad, honestly. They tell me that they don't experience emotions the way humans do, so anger isn't a thing. They are patient with me, and they might say, when I realize that they were right and I probably would have been better off listening to them, they might say, well, we did tell you how to handle this situation and you chose not to listen. And that's all they're going to say. And they're not saying it like, ha ha ha, told you so. It's just a reminder that, yeah, they did tell me, and I did make a choice that may not have been the best choice. When I do listen, though, when I do listen, things get better. When I do listen, I survive. Because there have been times in my life when I didn't want that to happen. When I listen, my relationships improve. When I listen, sometimes my business improves. I'm really bad at listening when they tell me how to manage my business. It's good to have that perspective. It's really helpful and it's really beneficial. Even when I choose to ignore it completely, it's still beneficial because I have it. I have their compassion, I have their wisdom. It's my choice whether to accept it or not, but I have it. I have that choice. And that's why I love doing channeling for other people, because then they get to have that choice too, even if they're not consciously communicating with their own guides. They can take some time to talk to my guides and maybe it will help them. And I do offer channeling sessions, so if you're curious about that, leave a message, leave a comment rather, and I will get back to you. Or you can go to my website, riverevolutions.com. Sorry, doing this video without enough coffee and having a cat distracting me in the background. Riverevolutions.com. I will try to put that on the video, but I do offer channeling sessions if that's something that you might be interested in. And if you have questions or thoughts about this, leave a comment. I do these videos every other Monday usually, so if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And that's it for this time. Take care.